Booyah!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. Yesterday on the channel, we talked about Stephen Guilbeault siphoning money off into his own accounts, into his companies, to the tune of over 250 million taxpayer dollars. Now, today, I have no pleasure in announcing that it's been brought to my attention through Pierre Poilievre and through the Conservatives that, again, another motion is coming from the Environment Minister, who has a vendetta not only against Alberta, but against this country, to impose a new form of global carbon tax on the world in order to essentially move our money to other countries. Never mind looking after Canadians. Of course, we want to ensure that we can keep sending our money to other places to launder it. Of course, again, follow the money. These concepts do nothing more than benefit those who are setting them up. It lines their pockets, removes money from ours, and we're going to get into it. Before we do, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you that if you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a thumbs up and a comment down below. It does help the video reach out there beyond the algorithm and beyond the YouTube censors here on the platform, and it's greatly appreciated if you're enjoying it, so make sure to do that. Let's get right into it. Philip Lawrence, MP, tweeting out, breaking, the radical Liberal Environment Minister wants to impose a global tax on our citizens. This new carbon tax will increase the cost of everything being shipped. That's higher prices for Canadians while our money goes off to foreign countries. Common sense Conservatives are calling for Trudeau's radical Environment Minister to testify immediately. So again, as he's saying, the problem with this new proposal is that when you look at the carbon tax from a country's perspective, what we're already doing in Canada, the carbon tax has priced people out of gasoline. It's priced people out of day-to-day goods that get shipped across the country, whether it's your food, your clothing, your day-to-day needs, your electric and heating bills, your water bill. All of it is constituted to a carbon tax. Now he wants to take that globally. Let's take a look at the document coming out. Yesterday, at the UN Climate Change Conference, which again is another corrupt bunch of people, the Environment Minister Stephen Guilbeault pledged the Liberal government's support for a new global carbon tax on shipping to raise money to send to other countries. According to the Association of Canadian Port Authorities, Canada's ports are responsible for $17 billion of economic output. The marine sector is responsible for 353,000 Canadian jobs. A new tax on maritime transportation would undoubtedly drive investment and business away from our already struggling port system, putting good-paying union jobs at risk. The problem here is, again, investment in our businesses, investment in Canada. If we're shipping products out like this, we've heard Kevin O'Leary talking again to great extent about how Trudeau would be better if they put a goat in charge of the country, and we just ran our policies based on a yay or nay from the goat. He's also mentioned that as soon as Donald Trump's in office, and hopefully we see Pierre Poilievre in office, it means that people like him can start investing in Canada again, because over the last decade, people have slowly pulled away from investing in Canada's businesses, investing in Canada's technology, or any of its different businesses to supply people with the needs they have. Additionally, a tax on shipping is a tax on goods that are being shipped. At a time when 2 million people are using food banks every month, Canadians can't afford another failed Liberal tax grab. Again, my question for Conservatives is, if this came into play, are we going to see it removed when Pierre takes office? We've already seen the damage of this government's failed carbon tax that has done nothing to reduce emissions and instead raise the cost of living. Canadians deserve to know that its new proposed maritime carbon tax is in the best interest of workers, families, and the economy. That is why, pursuant to Article 106, subsection 4, we are calling for the committee to be immediately recalled to address this potential tax and its effect on Canada's transportation sector. The committee must immediately call the Minister of the Environment to share with the committee how his new tax will affect Canadian maritime workers in the industry as a whole. And again, you can see that signed by Philip Lawrence. You can see it signed by Dan Moyes. You can see it by Leslyn Lewis as well. And Brad V's down here as well. Again, I raise the question of why committees? Why do we keep going to committees to sit and get word salad and bullshit answers? Why are they not calling a spade and just saying, we oppose this? We know it's going to damage Canadians. They already know that Stephen Guilbeault is not going to give any reasonable answers or truths to how this is going to affect the average Canadian. They'll do what they already do. If you haven't been in the House of Commons since the discussion of the carbon tax rebate, well, Justin Trudeau still claims that we get more back than we put in, that 8 out of 10 Canadians get more money back than they put in. I can tell you right now, as somebody who's never received a carbon tax rebate, that's a load of malarkey, to quote Joe Biden. But nonetheless, if we think we're going to get a truthful answer in a committee, why are we spending hundreds of thousands, if not millions of taxpayer dollars holding these needless communities or committees to end up with no answers, to end up with nothing more than word salad and no action? I can commend people like Dr. Lewis for signing this agreement, for saying that this is a hardship on Canadians. We need to do something about it. But more needs to be done than committees, in my mind. We have to have better laws in place. And again, these are the things we should be asking for from a new government when they take place in office, as to what they're doing to protect us in the future. The damage has already been done by Justin Trudeau, but the debt that our kids, our grandkids, and future generations are going to have to take on just from the 10 years of this Liberal government should be enough for us to start saying our rules, our regulations, our laws are broken. Our system is broken. It needs revising, or else this country is going to sink itself into bankruptcy. Not that we already haven't. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you think these committees are a good thing? That's the question of the day. Make sure to fill that out down below. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Don't forget, as you're hitting that button, to click the bell for notifications. Join me live here on the channel tonight and every Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, as I sit down with my beautiful wife, Mrs. Fringe, and we go over everything that has happened this week in politics, as well as some of the stories that don't necessarily make it to the cutting room floor, as well as taking on your Q&A within the community. We have the best community on this platform, and I look forward to you joining us with the rest of them this Friday night, tonight on the channel, and every Friday night here on the channel, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you there tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.